week. Crypto Bull Ron here. Let's kind of break down what we got going on here. Let me check real quick over on X. I always like to make sure people can hear me over there, since that's where most of my followers are at. There we go. Looks like that's working. Let me drop my traditional GM in the chat for good morning. So it won't be here Friday. Be here today and tomorrow. We'll see where things end. But right now, of course, keep in mind what we had is we just had the monthly close and we had the quarter. We had the monthly candles close last night, and happy July, happy new month. Crazy. The year's half over. Blows me away. Absolutely blows me away. I would say, hey, Steph, GM, my buddy Steph coming at me on YouTube from Medimon X in the Heine community. He does a lot of their technical analysis. Recently, he's been doing a little bit of, took on a little summer gig to stack some more Bitcoin and some more crypto. But when he can, he also joins me on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show, a show been going on almost 5 years on X there. So good morning, Steph. I see the big Belgium game coming up today. So Steph's coming at us from Belgium. Good to see you, man. Looking forward to that. I'm going to go right after this show. I'm going to go watch I think it's the England game, right? Playing it. I don't have a TV at my house, so I'm going to go watch it. Watch the game. Keeps me at the gym for a couple hours. So good thing to add to my nightly hikes. But yeah, getting a little excited about that. These are the knockout rounds. I don't know if that's what they call them, but that's what I call them. And so, yeah, looking forward to it. But, yes, we had the monthly closes. I mean, Bitcoin took a nasty dip down to 57. We'll look at that. But right now, the NASDAQ down 0.79. And we've got the Dow down 0.52. And we've got S&P down 0.64. So basically, yeah, almost 1%, 0.5%, and almost 0.75%. So TradFi market a little weak today. We'll check in crypto in a minute, but I've been kind of keeping an eye on crude oil because not much talk of the war. I do have a couple of pieces on it this morning, but crude oil 68.98 down 0.75. So hey, Artie, GM, good to see my good friends from X joining me over on YouTube. I know that's really helping me. I haven't done much to try and push customers over there. Just kind of trying to get little content out there, and I'll kind of improve that as we go. But definitely a lot of good friends followed me from X over there, helping the algo over there on YouTube. So appreciate it. Listening live, both Steph and Artie. So not hearing much about the war. I have a little bit of news about it, but not much for the last 2 or 3 days. But what by checking the oil, I think we kind of know how people are taking it. Also, Stretch, we've been talking. Well, first SpaceX 166, holding pretty strong, right? I would say. Historically, these big IPOs drop 50%. 55% is actually the median, I think, in the first year, but we'll see. Stretch, we talked a lot about, don't have much news about it today, but we have been talking a lot about it. They came out with their new plan. It was in the low 70s, mid 70s. Right now, 85, 82 up. That's good. I mean, their par, what they want to get to is $100, but still, I'd say the plan is working decent. I mean, to be honest with you. Hey, Scott. Scott runs the Heine. A great show this morning, by the way, at 8:30 a.m. on X, the Heine community. You can follow him at Heineken Scott, KINEYKINSCOTT. He is our official sports guy for the GM Bitcoin Morning Show. Helps me co-host a lot when he can. But anyway, STRC, I think it's been fairly successful, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of, they're now sitting, they really don't have to do anything for a year and a half. They don't want to. Now, I do think, happy 1st of July, man. Crazy to think. Crazy to think. But anyway, that's with that. Let's take a look at, like I say, nasty dip yesterday. Nasty dip in Bitcoin all the way down to 57. Let's see what it was. There it is. 57,838. I didn't like to see that. Shows weakness and whatever. I mean, we are in this kind of bear trend, and we're well below we've now closed over a week in dailies. We've closed the weekly, and now we've closed a monthly candle under the 200-week moving average, which is about 62. So none of that good. I think short of the Clarity Act passing, it could be a bad. We could definitely hit those lower numbers. People are thinking mid 50s, low 50s, even 40, I hear. And I've even heard worse than that. But a lot of people think we'll get into the sub 50s. We'll see. It's possible. I think it's probable at this point. But we'll see. The Clarity Act could change that. But yeah, that's that. Down, for the day, up 0.6. So, and look at the hourly, up almost 1%. So, whereas, this is one of those days when crypto's actually doing a little better. Yeah, so 59, we're at 50. Oh, no, right now we're at 58,920, but we did jump right over 59. So, I'd love to see that and hold that. If we could hold 58, 59, honestly, till Monday, I couldn't ask for too much more than that. Watch a bunch of football, do some barbecue, get out and hike, fish, golf, whatever I was going to go to California. I have that vintage V-Dub ragtop V-Dub bug my sister and I have had for years. My dad, back when he was alive, bought a house, or it was like a condo, twin house. I don't know what it was, townhouse. And an old lady lived there. I think he let her live there for a couple of years without paying the rent. She had that bug there. She gave it to us, and we're going to take it down and buy some Bitcoin with it. But I'm going to take it down to my buddy in Redondo Beach, because people love that vintage stuff down there. Broncos, old cars, bugs, buses. So I think we'll get premium dollar for that. I was going to take it this weekend, but now I realize it's 4th of July, so I'll probably make that trip next week. Ethereum, 1581, up 1.4% for the day, almost 1%. Yeah, so opposite of what's been happening all week, crypto up a little more than the TradFi. Though TradFi did have some absolutely ridiculous, I think the best quarter since like 2020. So best quarter in like 6 years, so they can't complain. But yeah, XRP, $1 and 4.39 cents, up 1.1. Here's the daily chart. Up, well, it dropped, man, didn't quite hit $1, but $1.23 on that dip. But it's up 1.1% and 0.6 for the hour. So, and last but not least, let's check out Solana here. Solana 75.40 or 75.49, up 4.3% for the day. So definitely outperforming everything else. 1.3 on the hour. So I'll take it. I've got about 130 grand in grid bots that kick back in at 80,000. So or 80. I'd love to see $80. Start ringing that cash register again. But we got our Ankita, he had a computer problem and he'd been a little bit sick. So our Ankita tokens down a little bit, 26,000. But we keep grinding, keep the content. Hopefully he can get his computer revived. I hate that. I had that big phone problem. Really threw me for a loop, man. Because I was up most of the night messing around trying to get I lost the data. It was just my data, my cellular data. And wasn't anything major, but I had to do a fresh restart, full reset, like full reset 2 times to get it to work. Of course, I lost out on a little bit of profits I could have made on our buddy Jason's token, but it was just really frustrating. I really didn't handle it too well. We were so reliant on these phones, right? So hopefully he gets his computer fixed, but let's jump into it. The The Winklevoss twins just moved 60 million in Bitcoin to Gemini and 7 million of ETH. And that's usually what they do before they sell. That's, of course, their exchange. But that'll still have them holding over 300 million in Bitcoin. And they're probably, and they figure since 2015, known Bitcoin, they figure they're up about 1.7 billion. So even though they've been selling, and they may want to do what a lot of people are doing, get into the little bit of the AI trade. Yeah, Mr. Heine, happy hump day. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Crazy. I still have a little bit of a headache from my lack of sleep night before last with my cellular data crash. And so I feel like I have a hangover. I was listening to you guys on the DigiSpace, and I guess people in England are already been partying. They're already passing out and passing out drunk, even though the game isn't for a couple hours. But yeah, good times. I mean, they love that. It's the same thing with us, the Super Bowl, NBA Finals, all that stuff. Yeah, TBB. I've got that pulled up. That's our buddy Jason's token, the Bitcoin Bull, kind of a creator token. It's sitting at 176,000. Got up to like 1.8 million. Yeah, I just bought a little more too. He supposedly he's going to air. His plan is if it gets over 1 million, he's going to airdrop it. Long as it stays over 1 million, the higher it goes, he's going to airdrop it all back to the community. But yeah, maybe he'll pull up to our space like he did yesterday. We'll see. But I bought a little more of that this morning as well. But we shall see. The Bitcoin Bull. I saw someone doing one. I was a little DJing out yesterday. I bought in like 4 of them. You get into that, you get a little money in your hot wallets and you start funding it. You start doing stupid stuff. But I got in, saw some friends launch one for BitBoy. I don't even know. Same kind of deal, supply controlled deal. Went up to like 3.5 million. I cashed out. It was something, the BitBoy Bull or something, the white bull, the Bitcoin. Anyway, we'll see. I don't even know what it's trading right now, but it went from, I got in at like, I don't know what it was, 500,000. It went up to like 3-4 million, then back down to around 1 million, a little under. So we'll see if that goes, but there's some OGs in the space. Fear and greed at 11, down, still extreme fear. It's about right, down a little, probably hitting that 57, probably put us more into a little more fear. We'll see. I did see this on the war, that Trump has been briefed on all-out war plans, still eyeing diplomacy, and there's still some issues, obviously, with Israel and Palestine over there. I don't know if that's ever going to get fixed, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I think they're ready if they have to go for the all-out war thing. But so far, all I'll say is we jump back here and we look at oil. As long as oil's at, it's lower than when the war started, I think. And I don't know, maybe it was mid-60s, high 60s. I thought it was around 70. But when I look and I see we're down almost 1 point on oil, I know something's going to work, is working, right? Whether you like Trump, hate Trump, whatever. I'm just looking at the data. Stock market up, crypto holding on. And, so we'll see. But I know that that's on the table, and it's a messy deal over there. But I think as long as oil stays down and there's not too much, I didn't hear of any back and forth bombing like we had last weekend. But the rhetoric is just next level ridiculous. Like nobody believes anything. I don't care if you're the biggest Trump fan, you still don't believe it. I know. What do we have last Friday, for example? Right after the market closed, 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, we're bombing. I'm bombing all weekend. 15, 20 minutes, half an hour before the futures open. Oh, we've got a new deal. So who knows? Who cares at this point, other than I'd like to see it resolve. Long as oil's down, especially coming into a weekend when a lot of people are traveling. My wife's got her family. I don't know if we'll go or not. We'll see. Her grandpa was a big sheep rancher, and he had a big ranch in Wyoming. They do a huge, like, week or two long party up there. 300 people would go up there. He had, thousands of acres. They had a river, a cabin. People would pull up there. That was before my time, but that her grandpa died a year after we got married. But he was a really cool guy, world famous like sheep guy. Bred like had literally had a $500,000 sheep in the 70s, and it got struck by lightning. Luckily, it was insured, but he's still pissed. Prime like breeding stock. It's funny. I was in Texas last year and a half ago. I went to Texas on that trip, and the guy there knew his daughter. Those guys had like a 50,000 acre ranch in Texas, right? Been in the family since 10 cents or whatever. But anyway, he knew my wife's grandpa. That's how famous they were. But anyway, they had that huge family reunion. Now it's dwindled down to, I don't know, probably a few hundred people show up. But they had literally 300-400 people would show up and fish and do all kinds of stuff. Anyway, some of the big news today. So Trump disclosed 2 hot wallets with holding Bitcoin over $50 million. So now we know the president and the vice president hold a lot of Bitcoin. I think we kind of knew that before, but that's his first official acknowledgement. To me, that's bullish. Okay, Mexico. Yeah, let's go through who won. Hopefully I get this right. So yesterday we had Mexico, and this is the knockout round, so I think it's worth talking about. Mexico 2-0 over Ecuador. Obviously, they're going crazy down in Mexico City. I would have liked to have gone to that. That would have been fire there. Mexico City's a crazy place, man. Massive. I'll tell you, the food's so good there, you don't want to leave. France 3-0 over Sweden. Norway 2-1 over the Ivory Coast. Today, like I say, we got England, Congo coming up in a couple hours. I'll go hit the gym and check that out. Belgium, Senegal. Steph, we're rooting for you, even though I've been to Senegal a few times. Not a great tourist destination, to be honest with you. USA, Bosnia, the big one late tonight. I know everyone's fired up about that, so I'll have to find a sports bar or something. But yeah, excited about that. I don't know who's favored to win on the USA Bosnia one, but that's going to be good. That'd be awesome if we could get through to the Sweet 16, as we call it. But yeah, getting a little more excited, probably more excited than I've ever been about football, just because we're talking about it so much here on X and stuff, But a big day in football, and I'm hoping, that's why I hope we just kind of, I said this yesterday, watch some football, touch some grass, go hiking, go golfing, go fishing, hang out with family, do some barbecue, some steaks, some ribs, whatever, right? And enjoy yourself and have some fun, and hopefully we can maintain where we're at anyway. So Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire defended USD's network effects after Coinbase. We've heard about this. Coinbase joined Visa, Stripe, MasterCard, and 140 other firms opening this open standard new open US dollar. It's a new stable coin. And obviously right now the big one's USDC. He said, they remain strong with their partnership, because USDC is really the kind of the up and coming regulated stablecoin, right? But he called the track record of consortium products reaching scale dismal, so he thinks they're going to do good. Obviously, he's that's his thing, but I think the other one will do well is with all the support they have. But we'll see. But stable coins are definitely the future. Way back in 2017, I thought about starting a stable coin, but I was too lazy. I knew they'd be huge, and they are. I'm actually gonna buy some Circle. I think that's a good way to play the stable coin. Buy some of the Circle stock. I know ARK Investment just bought a bunch more this week. Elon Musk said short-term dips are normal. AI and robotics will keep the long-term trend overwhelmingly up. Possible. CryptoPunk. A Cowboy CryptoPunk. I really like this. I would have liked to have bought this myself. I've always wanted a CryptoPunk. I have a bunch of Pride Punks, which were back in the day, no one wanted CryptoPunks. They couldn't even give them away. So in that there was an office was shared by the people, I don't remember. I know Yuga bought them, but I don't remember the original name of the company that owned CryptoPunks. Anyway, I always thought they were kind of dickheads myself, but anyway, they couldn't even give these away, but they were in an office with OpenSea, these guys, and another company, and a guy made a Pride Punk where you could burn your CryptoPunk and put a Pride rainbow on it, you know? I think 1, 2, or 3 people did that and then kind of went away. But anyway, they did that wrapper. That was like 2017, 18. They redid that wrapper in like 2020 or 21. And the dev accidentally burned all of the apes. And he burned the apes and then the aliens. And I think there's like 8, 9 aliens, like 24 apes. And then the next one is the zombies. And I have one of the zombies. At one time, they were worth like $6-8 grand. I don't know what they're worth now. But they're real. I'd probably be rocking it, except I don't necessarily need to be rocking a pride flag. But it's probably one of my best NFTs. A zombie crypto rainbow punk or whatever they're called. But pride punks. Anyway, I own like 9 of them. But anyway, I'd love to get a punk someday. I would have gladly paid $157,000 for this if I had it liquid. But yeah, punks are the OGs. They really are one of the first ones, 2017 projects. So if you understand, you got to, there's the Bored Apes are pretty popular and affordable. The punks, I don't know, the floors on them still probably 50, 70, 100, that's not a floor one by any means, but it's also not super, super rare, though the cowboy hats do outsize. But like, I would love to have bought this and be rocking it. You'd actually see me trade my PFP. I would like to get a punk someday. Some of the alien punks are sold for like $11 million, right? Anyway, got to shout out to the OGs because NFTs seem to be kind of coming back. Kind of wrap this up machine gun style. I think Trump's taken out the new jet. The old Air Force One is 36 years old. I think they're taking the first flight, the one that was given to them by Saudi Arabia or whatever, like a $300 million new Air Force One. So that's cool. Got a free jet out of it. Cypherpunk, Adam Back, said that Bitcoin be worth all the gold in the world. Bitcoin is discovery, new form of hard money. It's more functional. It's inevitable. That's about $1.5 to $2 million Bitcoin he's talking right there. ADP non-farm payrolls came out. 98,000, expected 118,000, last year 122. So it came in way less jobs than expected. Seems bad. However, it's actually good because this gives wars some ammunition to hold rates steady or lower rates. Remember, they got a dual mandate on what do you call it? Inflation and employment. So this actually seems like bad news. We're not creating jobs, but it's actually good news. This is just a precursor to tomorrow's official jobs report. And they're not always the same, but if it comes in like this, bad news becomes good news in this world. Yeah, same thing. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully it comes in bad too, because it becomes good. Yeah, Trump made $1.4 billion. You're hearing a lot of this. People are losing their shit. $1.4 billion, $500 million from World Liberty and a bunch from the Trump meme coin. Yeah, people are going crazy. $1.4 billion. So, hey, I think it's bullish. Taiwan passed legislation for laws establishing a regulatory framework for Bitcoin and crypto. We are officially entering a new era of digital finance. last but not least, Hester Price, SEC Commissioner, said, I'm still optimistic the Clarity Act will get done. I expect we'll see it pass soon. So one more look over on the, we'll jump over. Feel free to join me over on the GM Bitcoin morning show. Appreciate everyone listening to me live here on a short week. NASDAQ down 0.5, Dow 0.04, S&P 0.23. So it's done a little better. It's done a little better than where it opened. And Bitcoin, oh, big, nice jump. 59,419, up 1.4% on the hour. I'll take it. If we can hold this, we'd be happy. But man, have a great Wednesday. Get out there, grab a beer, watch the game, and we'll see you tomorrow.